Hi folks, Steve Sheets here for HuntOnly.com's How to Be a Better Bow Hunter. Well, it's October 1st, the temperature's starting to cool, and as you can see, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. With millions of women suffering from this affliction every year, take a few minutes, visit the Susan G. Komen for the Cure Foundation, donate $5. It'll be the best $5 you ever spent. On this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the difference between practice and shooting for fun.
Yay!
Real simply, practice is what you do to get ready for hunting. Practice involves taking one attempt. You draw back your bow, you shoot, you go take the arrow out of the target, you come back. Practice means your heart rate is up. That might mean that you might have to do a couple of jumping jacks before you shoot. You want to get your heart rate elevated so that it mimics real life hunting conditions. Things such as shooting from the seated position are extremely important. Shooting out of a tree stand or shooting out of a ground blind are also very, very important. Also, you want to make sure that you're wearing your hunting attire, which I realize when you're getting ready for the hunting season and it's hot, you want to make sure that you're putting on that big jacket, that you're putting on your safety harness, your binoculars, anything that you might wear in that real hunting situation, you want to make sure that you're wearing when you're out there practicing. Now, when we talk about shooting for fun, that's where anything goes. We can take multiple attempts. We can sit there, we can shoot 10 arrows into our target, we can shoot at balloons, we can be relaxed. Okay, there's no reason for an elevated heart rate. We can be joking around. There's no real set rhyme or reason. The only thing that we want to do when we are shooting for fun is we want to make sure that we're consistently increasing our muscle memory, that we're drawing back the same way, that we're anchoring in the exact same spot. Okay, by doing those things, you will become a much better bow hunter. Now, let's head outside and check out the difference between practice versus shooting for fun.
Hi folks, here we are, we're outside. We're at the Big Green Targets range. We got everything set up, we're all set to go. And so now we're going to show you the difference between practice and shooting for fun. Folks, it's real important that when you spend big bucks on an excellent target like these Big Green Targets, when you're spending $120 for a target, it's real important that you take care of your target and you keep it out of the elements. The easiest way to do that is to take some simple PVC pipe like I did here, and you just basically create a little T-mount for a simple piece of tin that you can set over top of your stand. And next thing you know, you got this quality looking professional stand. You've got a target, it's all protected. If you buy the Big Green Target Super Bag target like I have, you can also build something a little bit bigger to help keep it protected from the elements. If you keep it protected from the elements, it's going to last you for years and years. Folks, it's really important that as you begin to prepare for the hunting season, that you're using the broadheads that you're going to use in the field. You use them for practice. Every year I take a set of my broadheads and I just simply mark on them. I'll take my Muzzy MX3s and I'll put a big old P on them, and that way I know that those are my practice broadheads. I'm never going to take them into the field. They're going to get dull by going into my practice targets 1,000 times. But I want to make sure that I'm using the exact same broadhead that I'm going to use in the field for practice, so that way I can develop the utmost of accuracy and confidence every time I take a shot. I also want to make sure that I'm using the same arrow that I'm going to use in the field. For me this year, it's the Carbon Express Maximum Blue Streak. Additionally, when you come to the practice range, it's real important that you use the accessories that you're going to use in the field. For me, whenever I'm hunting in the field, I have a face mask, so I want to make sure that I'm practicing with my face mask. I also use a pair of gloves in the field, so I want to make sure that I'm practicing with those gloves on. All those little things, it could slightly change my anchor point. It's going to change the way the bow feels in my hands. Additionally, as you can see on the Big Green Targets practice range, I have set up a mini tree stand, okay, that I also shoot out of. So all those things make for an effective practice session that get me ready for the hunting season. Okay, folks, here we are. We're up top, we're in our seat, and it's real important now that I'm going to take out my rangefinder and I'm going to go through my entire shooting progression. I'm going to sight in my target, And then it's a simple push, pull, aim, squeeze, release. So let's see that in action. So first thing I want to do, I'm going to target in my number, see how far I am. I'm exactly 25 yards. Put away my rangefinder. Grab my Matthews bow. And then I just need one of my arrows and I'm all set. So now I've got my mask on, I'm all set, I got my gloves on. Now whenever I shoot out of a tree stand, one of the things I like to do is I like to cock my hips towards the target. Get my string on, and then like I said before, it's a simple push, pull, aim, squeeze, release. So here we go. Here we go. It's just that simple, folks. Push, pull, aim, squeeze, release. On the release, you should make sure that your arm comes back and make sure that you touch your shoulder. Okay, folks, now we're going to shoot a couple more just to kind of have some fun, get into a rhythm. You know, again, this is practice. I got on my mask, my gloves, I got on everything I need. I'm seated. I think it's real important that whenever you're up in your tree stand, that you actually learn how to shoot from the seated position. It makes all the difference in the world. Okay, folks, remember, push, pull, aim, squeeze, release. Follow through. Piece of cake. Do it again. This time you'll be able to see the flight of the arrow. We're going to use one of the lighted nocks that we have. Push, pull, aim, squeeze, release, follow through. Dead deer. One more time. Another dead one. Just another day in the woods. Oftentimes you're going to find yourself in situations when you're walking through the woods and you're doing something called still hunting. That's where you walk 10 or 15 yards very, very quietly, stop, pause, look around, look through your binoculars. Essentially, what you're doing is you're spot and stalking various animals. And it's very important that you know how to lean up against a tree or shoot around a tree. And that's why today, I always incorporate that into every one of my practice sessions. And by a practice session, generally my practice sessions are 5 shots. I'm going to shoot a shot out of my tree stand. I shoot a couple shots behind a tree. And then if I have a miss or something doesn't go right, I'm then going to revert back to that particular skill. I generally don't shoot beyond 50 yards. Reason being is when I'm out hunting, I'm never going to shoot beyond 50 yards. You're going to hear a lot of people tell you it's good to shoot out 75 or 100 yards away, and I couldn't disagree more. I think that's a terrible lesson that people are telling you. You need to be accurate, and you need to be successful at the ranges at which you're going to hunt with, not silly ranges like 100 or more yards away from a target. Okay, so here we are. We'll say the target's my deer, just like normal, but I'm going to shoot around the tree, and that does require some thought. It requires, if it's something you haven't practiced before, when you come up on it, it's going to be a really tough situation, because you're not going to know exactly where you need to be on that tree to get your shot off. Because you want to stay as tight against that tree as possible when you shoot. And if you do that, you'll be fine. Let's take another shot just to show it again. Exactly where we wanted it to go. We got the practice in. Now I can move back to my 40-yard area, or, at this point I just shot 2. I shot 2 from the stand earlier. I'm at 4. I basically have one more shot left in this here practice set.
Hey folks, Steve Sheets here for Dead Downwind's Scent Tip of the Week. This week we're going to focus on scent prevention beginning in the bathroom. We're talking about things like using bar soaps, lotions, shampoos, conditioners, toothpaste, deodorant, foot powder. By using those products, we can help eliminate and contain our scent. By using a bar soap that doesn't leave a smelly, perfumey residue behind, we are eliminating scent. Okay, we're helping to allow those enzymes to eliminate any old deodorant smells, any old shampoo or conditioner smells. You also want to use a shampoo or conditioner that is specifically designed for the hunting environment. Dead Downwind makes an awesome product. Toothpaste. It's one of the most overlooked areas of scent control. Too many people go into the woods, their breath smells, the deer can pick up on that. It can ruin a hunt. So make sure you're using an enzyme-based toothpaste. Next, when you get out of the shower, you're all dried off, whatnot, you want to make sure you're using Dead Downwind's deodorant. Besides using the deodorant, Dead Downwind also makes a fantastic lotion. It'll help keep your skin nice and soft. Why that's important, you don't want to be sitting there in the tree stand itching off all that old dead skin. Let's say you get some chapped lips, the wind's really blowing hard. Make sure you use an enzyme-based lip balm to help make that day a little more enjoyable. And finally, before you head out in the hunt, dump some of Dead Downwind's foot powder into your boots. It'll help your feet smell fresher, and the big advantage of that is you don't have that scent then leaking out of your boots. If you're going to be 100% free, it's got to be a system. So, until next week, I'm Steve Sheets. Happy hunting.